Anusasanam Atha Yoga Anusasanam Atha Yoga Anusasanam Atha Yoga Anusasanam. So the first verse is just the simple, beautiful way to put the concept, the beginning of yoga. Here we are learning, practicing, or following discipline of yoga. So this gives us a nice sort of beautiful classical term of yoga is living our life under all these codes or conducts of yamas and niyamas, of these moral values, ethical values, the higher virtues, which makes it a beautiful discipline which leads us into freedom. Yoga Chitta Vrati Nirodha 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 Yoga Chitta Vrati Nirodha. So the second verse, second definition Patanjali gives us, yoga is quietening or stilling whirlpools of our mind. Just to remember here, it's not about control, it's not about suppression, it's not about conflict, it's freeing ourselves so we become quiet, we become still, or completely free from all the chitvartis. And what happens in that phase where when you master your mind? Tada drashta Swarupe Avasthanam Tada drashta Swarupe Avasthanam Tada drashta Swarupe Avasthanam Tada drashta Swarupe Avasthanam. So once you attain that stillness, that quietness of your mind, then he said what happens? The self becomes one with itself. So the tada drashta, at that point, the drashta, the seeker, the seer, the self, swarupe, its own form, its own qualities, it becomes one with its own self. So let's go into 8 limbs, Ashtanga Yoga. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, Ashtanga, Yogani, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, Ashtanga Yogani, Yama Niyama, Asana Pranayama, Pratyahara Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, Ashtanga Yogani. So here Patanjali puts the 8 limbs of yoga or Ashtanga, the Raj Yoga, and these are yama. Yamas are the observances, the rules, the
The discipline you follow, you practice to refine, to control, to discipline our animal instinct. It's a way to bring harmony in the process of living or following all the life processes. Then we have the niyama. Niyama are the rules, the code of conducts you follow to become a good human being, to find harmony, peace and health and well-being within yourself and within other people. The third limb, asana, which means seat, posture. So you find yourself into that comfortable seat or asana where you can master your body and mind. So the asana is not just the physical posture, but it's also the way you hold your mind, the way you hold your consciousness. Then we have pranayama. Literally we translate it most places as breath work, but this is really the work on your energy, your prana, your subtle force, enhancing that life force, that quality of energy we have, creating more and more access to it. Then we have the fifth limb, pratyahara. So pratyahara is the withdrawing the senses. As we did a bit of talk, we're trying to understand that there are sense organs, and each sense organ has their own quality, their own action, their function, their karma, and we're trying to withdraw them for their own objects of sense or their cognition. So we can take them inward, we can focus them inward. So the energy normally flowing outward with the senses, we try to withdraw that energy back in, and then through pratyahara we come to the next limb, which is dharana. Dharana is the concentration. Remember, as Patanjali says, the mind holds the ability to concentrate. So when you're trying to concentrate, trying to focus your mind on a single object, single point, and when the practice becomes the fruit, when that actually happens, say you're trying to focus your mind on your breath, you're just trying it, their mind floats in between thoughts, your dreams, all the whirlpools, feelings, emotions, and in between you will find that there is a space, there is a gap where there is only breath and only your consciousness, there is no other thoughts there. That state where mind is absorbed into your concentration, into your practice, becomes your dhyana or meditation. Then we have the last limb, the samadhi, where the self, the ego, that I does not exist anymore. It becomes completely absorbed into the concentration. It becomes completely absorbed into self and higher self-realization, enlightenment, liberation. There are many levels or terms the way we understand samadhi. Let's go through Panch Yamas now.
Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Panchayama, Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Panchayama, Satya, Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Panchayama. So the 5 observances, 5 yamas, the first 5 virtues to refine our behavior, to find much more harmonious way to fulfill, to live, to enjoy our life. Ahimsa, non-violence, love, peace or compassion. Then we have Satya, truth or honesty, not lying, not manipulating, and being honest to ourselves, being accepting, being realistic. Asteya, not stealing, not taking anything for granted, or not taking anything that does not belong to us. Brahmacharya, following or enjoying the life processes, doing everything as it should be done. There is a time to wake up, time to go to bed, time to eat, time to drink, time to sleep. So following all these things, following things in harmony with the biorhythms, the life or the nature forces. And then we have aparigraha,
non-accumulation, non-greed. So not taking things more than what we need. Also letting go, not accumulating material, non-material, mind or emotional stuff that maybe you don't need. So letting go, not holding or clinging on to things. Panch yama, these are the 5 yamas. Socha, Santosa, Tapa, Swadhyaya, Ishvara, Pranidhanani, Panchaniyama, Socha, Santosa, Tapa, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani, Panchaniyama, Socha, Santosa, Tapa, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhanani, Panchaniyama. So here we talking or we looking at the 5 niyamas. So these are the rules, these are the code of conducts, again the virtues, the discipline we follow to become a good human being, also to bring harmony, bring peace and love within ourselves. And you can see the first one, the socha, the purity, maintaining hygiene, purity of our body, our space, or the surroundings we live into, maintaining purity of our environment to our best we can, that purity of your thoughts, your feelings, your mind, your habits, your life patterns. Then we have the second one, santosam, contentment or self-satisfaction, being happy with who you are, so you can do your best, not constantly judging yourself, conflicting, comparing, competing with what else might be out there. Just being with yourself, and then whatever you do, all your karma, all your duties, as long as you have done your best, you're not judging yourself with the fruits, with the outcomes or what you get from it. And then we have the third one, which is tapas. Tapas is the austerity practice, a bit more stronger, firm discipline in doing or following all your duties as it should be done. Doing your practice regularly, maybe your hatha yoga, pranayama, meditation, following all the virtues, your healthy lifestyle, your diet, doing your job properly, even looking after yourself in sense of rest, relaxation. So this is all part of your tapas which can lead you into health and well-being. Then we have swadhyaya, self-reflection, introspection, knowing ourselves, knowing our body, mind, then all the drive forces, and knowing the self itself. And that can be inculcated, that can grow, that can be explored through self-inquiry or swadhyaya. And then the last one, once you've done all that, then letting go, surrendering yourself or believing or following the faith, devotion in divine, looking for the bigger aspects, higher regions, higher causes in each and every life event. So these are panch niyamas, panch yamas. Let's just chant them once more, beginning with Ashtanga Yoga. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, Ashtanga Yogani, Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Panchadharma,
Panchayama Socha Santosa Tapa Swadhyayaya Ishvara Pranidhanani Panchaniyama